Welcome to the Gift of Life with Gregg. I'm your host, Gregg Francis, and I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Barry Kaplan and Leora Lieberman. We save lives, plain and simple. Have you known someone stricken with leukemia? Has a family member of yours suffered from lymphoma? Then turn up your dial. This show is for you. We are the gift providing a second life. We are the Gift of Life. Since 1999, we saved over 2,700 lives. For many patients with blood cancer, bone marrow donation is often their last hope, and that's where we come in. We try hard at what we do, but we will never be satisfied until we can say, one day, we found a match anytime, anywhere, for anyone. That's the Gift of Life way. So now we have the scissors, we've opened the box, and now it's time to unwrap the Gift of Life. Hello everyone, and welcome to our second show. For those listeners in our audience this evening who tuned in last week, welcome back. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we're so glad you could join us for Gift of Life with Gregg. We broadcast live every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. here on WWNN 1470 AM. And we're here to share with you a wonderful cause we feel passionately about, the Gift of Life Bone Marrow Foundation. Now, before we start, I'd like to say hello and I love you to my mom, Katie. Mom, I know that you're listening in Boynton Beach. I love you. And my number one fan in Maryland, Grandma Margie. Grandma Margie, I hope that you enjoyed this week's show as much as last week's. And for those of you that know me, you know who my Gift of Life is. My two wonderful kids, Nicholas and Patrick. I love you. And for the rest of our listening audience, hello and let's have a great show.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad to be back with you all this week. And we're here on this show for one reason, and that's to celebrate life. To celebrate the gifts in life that really deserve appreciation and that really deserve notice. Even if they're small, little things that happen every day, that's what we're here for. Whether it's sharing a cup of coffee with your spouse in the morning, whether it's seeing your children graduate from 5th grade or from school or from college, or even if it's something bigger, like going on vacation to a country you've never been before or you never thought you'd go to, we all have gifts of life to share in, and we all have a reason to celebrate. And that's what we want to do here on this show every week. We really want to remind everyone how special life is. As long as we wake up with our health and happiness, we all have true gifts of life.
Leora, I couldn't agree with you more. And without further ado, let me introduce my co-host, BK Barry Kaplan and Leora Lieberman.
Hi, Greg. How's it going?
Hi, everyone, again.
It's nice to see you both, Barry and Leora. For our new listeners, Barry Kaplan here is a recent graduate of Skidmore College, and he's working at Gift of Life in our business development department. In essence, Barry, you're my right hand, and I appreciate all your hard work. Leora is our summer intern, and unfortunately Thursday is her last day. So I'm making a plea out to her parents, Bill and Myra. I hope that they're listening right now.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Bill and Myra, if you're listening right now, could you please try to persuade Leora to take a gap year? She's been wonderful for our Gift of Life family, and we only wish her the best. She's going to be pursuing her MPH, her Master's in Public Health, and eventually she's going to be a medical doctor.
Thank you so much, Greg. I've learned so much this summer that I could have never learned anywhere else, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be here. So for our listeners who are hearing us for the first time, we want to tell them a little bit about who we are at Gift of Life. And for everyone who was listening last week, we're sorry that we couldn't answer all of your calls. We were so excited to get in all of you callers last week on our last episode, but don't worry, this week we're so excited to speak with you. So if you'd like to join us, please call in at 1-888-565-1470. Again, that's 1-888-565-1470, and we'll be so happy to speak with you. So before we get started, we just wanted to congratulate the winners of our Strikes for Life inaugural bowling tournament this past weekend. We really had such an amazing, amazing time, and later in the show we'll talk to you about it more, but we really wanted to take some time to congratulate our winners.
And behind the board, I hope that you heard the strikes, because believe me, there were quite a few on Sunday. And we want to congratulate our winners. The gentleman, a real nice guy, and I wish I could bowl have as good as he does, Brian Mulholland. Second place was my good friend Eric Ross from Boca. Third place was such a nice guy and another lefty. I have to learn from these guys, Bill Devlin. And fourth place is one of the first people that I met when I moved to Florida about 14 years ago, Joel Dooley. Dooley! Thank you all for your amazing performances. In a little while, we'll tell you more about them. But these guys aren't only great friends and great bowlers, they're also good people that came out and gave to an amazing cause.
And trust me, I may not be the best bowler, and I know Greg can definitely attest to that.
You just missed the cut by about 2 pins.
just 2. That was only 2. But I can definitely spot great people when I see them, and they were definitely great guys out on a Sunday for a great cause. And we really just want to thank them and thank everyone who came out to Strikes of Life, because it was really truly a great event that raised a lot of money for a really great cause. So let's step back and let's tell everyone who we are here at the Gift of Life. We are an international bone marrow registry located right here in Boca Raton in our local South Florida community at 800 Yamato Road, Suite 101. And we're actually the 12th largest bone marrow registry in the world, and it's our mission, our passion every day, why we come to work, to save children's lives and to save everyone who we can suffering from blood disorders.
And Leora, for our listeners out there who might not be as informed as we are, how exactly do we go about doing that?
That's a really good question, Barry. We actually run bone marrow registration drives all over the country on college campuses, at organizational events, and at these drives it's our goal to recruit heroic donors who are eventually one day will be entered into the registry, and then one day, if they're actually called as a bone marrow match, they could actually donate and actually save someone's life. So through this gift, the bone marrow recipient is not only giving marrow or giving stem cells, but they're actually giving the patient a second chance at life, which is truly amazing.
It really is. And Leora, if I may, I want to piggyback off something that you said. We are truly here to give people the second chance, to celebrate, hence, the gift of life. And in order for all of those donors to have the chance to save someone's life, their kits must be tested. And every kit costs $60. For our listeners today, I invite you all, as I said last week, to learn about what we do here. I invite you all to learn about our cause, to learn about our organization. I invite you to join us in getting these kits tested and raising money to help find life-saving matches. Any donation, any that is greatly appreciated, from $1 to whatever you could afford. If you're motivated and inspired by what we do, we want to welcome you in whatever capacity you feel comfortable with. We want to invite you to save lives. I don't think that there's a better feeling than that. I think that you both agree with me.
Of course.
And we witness it every day, so it's an amazing thing.
So whether it means volunteering with us at a drive, or even if it means coming to take a tour of our headquarters, and I invited everybody last week, and in fact somebody's coming tomorrow, which really made me feel good because the word is getting out, or speaking with any staff here at Gift of Life, please call us at 1-800-9-MARROW. Again, that's 1-800-9-MARROW. And we would love to speak with you. You could also visit us always on our website at www.giftoflife.org. And again, Barry, that's
www.giftoflife.org. So I want to take a step back. I want to explain to our listeners how we began, and I'm going to do this little abbreviated version. So it all started with a young man about my age. His name is Jay Feinberg, and he graduated college, and he got a job at the Federal Reserve, and one day Jay woke up, and he wasn't feeling very good. And his mother and father took him to the doctor, and he found out that he was diagnosed with leukemia. And Jay had very few options. He needed a bone marrow transplant. Unfortunately, though, because of Jay's heritage and his ethnicity, there was a vast underrepresentation of his ethnicity in the registry. Jay was an Eastern European Ashkenazi Jew.
Correct.
And at the time, there was very few matches for him. So his doctor told him that he needs to start preparing his farewells. He needs to start saying goodbye. And
Wow.
Jay's mother and his father would not accept that answer. Arlene Feinberg, Jack Feinberg, they stood up and they said, no, we will not let this happen. So what they did is they created a grassroots effort to find Jay a match. And after 60,000 donors tested and 250 drives, the last person on the last drive for Jay ended up being his perfect match.
And Barry, Leora, this could certainly resonate with you. As Barry mentioned before, Jay was 23. I believe both of you are 22 years old. So you have the world in front of you right now, and you find out that potentially you have cancer, and potentially you're told to create your bucket list. I don't know how to move forward off of that.
It's a crisis. It's a crisis, Greg. There's no other way to explain it.
But actually, many, many years later, today, Gift of Life, in the year of 2014, we have over 230,000 donors in our registry, and we've saved over 2,700 lives. So today, we tell everyone, it's on our walls at Gift of Life, it's on our business cards, we tell everyone that it's our mission to find a match anytime, anywhere, for anyone. Again, we want to find a match anytime, anywhere, for anyone.
And here's where this gets exciting. For our audience who's listening today, I'm inviting you all to a challenge. I invite you all to think about what it means to celebrate life. Just like our founding mother, Arlene, strived to give her son Jay the beauty of life, the beauty of a future, I challenge you all to think about your lives, to think about how you can make the best of every single day. Don't let your gift sit on the shelf. Don't let it sit on back order. Celebrate each day right now. Celebrate each day today. Celebrate today on our radio show. What's on your life's wish list? I challenge you right now to join our Live the Gift campaign. If you could do anything tomorrow, what would it be? Maybe the three of us in this room always wanted to be on a radio show, and we're living our gift.
We're here.
We challenge you to participate in our Live the Gift campaign, and we want you to share with us by calling in at 1-888-565-1470. Again, that's 1-888-565-1470. to share with us your celebrations, your gift of life, and what you want to accomplish.
We also want to share with our audience and everyone who's listening another great way that we can participate and make a difference and get involved. So here at Gift of Life, we have a special way of contributing called donor circles. Each donor circle represents a group of people, in this case the listeners of Gift of Life with Greg, and it allows us to record our success in raising money for this wonderful cause.
That's right, listeners. We want to hear from you, and we really want you to get involved and make those calls and join our donor circle.
And you can call 1-800-9-MERROW. Call 1-800-9-MERROW if anything that you're hearing right now interests you and you decide that you want to contribute. Ask for my friend Joel.
Okay, exactly, Barry. We have created a special donor circle just for our show's audience called, and this is easy to remember, the show. Listeners, earlier I challenged you to participate in our Live the Gift campaign. I challenged you to share with us how you're celebrating your lives, and now I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to ask you to take one step forward. As we mentioned last week, our ability to save lives is directly related to our ability to process kits.
And for our listeners, I know the terminology can get some kind of confusing sometimes, but kits are actually what the donors use at donor registration drives, and that's what we put their swabs in after we swab their cheeks for their DNA samples. That's what we send back to the lab to get tested. So those are what kits are.
Thank you so much, Leora. Yeah, a lot of our listening audience, this is foreign information to them, and for us, it's back of the hand, everyday occurrences. These kits are sent back to Gift of Life, but in order for us to send them to be tested at a local laboratory, we need $60 per kit to make that happen. And unfortunately, we don't get any financial subsidies from the government. We rely directly on private contributions like the people listening to this show to make it happen.
So if anything that you hear during the show today inspires you to give, inspires you to take that extra step forward like my colleague Greg was talking about, please call 1-800-9-MARROW. Ask for my good friend Joel. He'll help you out.
And it's true, Barry. That's why we, as your host of Gift of Life with Greg, created the donor circle for you that's called the show. We're putting the challenge out for you to join our cause, to join our team, and to join the Gift of Life family. And I'm putting it out to you to please donate to our donor circle. Each contribution you will make will go towards processing kits.
And actually, this hits pretty close to home because yesterday I actually received a call from a family in need of our help who actually heard about us from this show that we aired last week. And it's a little 6-year-old girl. She's the cutest little thing. She was wearing a tutu in the picture I saw of her. She's the cutest little thing. And she desperately, desperately needs a bone marrow transplant in the near future. And her family is looking in international registries for a match, and they just haven't found it yet. So we're really, really trying to help her out. Her siblings aren't a match. Her cousins aren't a match. So this little girl really, really needs our help. And for our listening audience out there, we really, really, really want to empower you and really, really tell you how much you can help us because this little girl needs our help, and the answer lies somewhere in our audience. So please, please call 1-888-565-1470 if you can help us out.
And you know, Leora, this one hits really close to me. As you all know, I have a 7-year-old and 11-year-old, and very soon this young lady that's in need of a match is going to be on our radio show when she's ready and she's happy, and we could do it. But let's do this together. Let's do whatever we could to save this little girl's life. And you know what that means? Each $60 raised can potentially save this little girl's life. And that's why all the money we fundraise for this show, all the money that's donated to the show, come on everybody, it's easy enough to remember, this donor circle will be used to test kits in honor of this little girl. We're here to save lives, and we're not going to stop until this happens. Leora and I made a promise that we will not stop until we do everything that we could to try to find this little girl a match. So please, our listening audience, please join us in saving this little girl's life. We challenge you to contribute in whatever capacity you can. And also we invite you to join our Gift of Life family today. If what we're saying resonates with you, if what we stand for inspires you, please visit the show's donor circle at www.giftoflife.org/DC/the show. Again, I know that was a lot for everybody, so let's do it one more time. It's www.giftoflife.org/DC/the show. Or if that was too complicated and you can't remember all of that, which may be for 90% of our audience, please call 1-800-9-MARROW. Again, that's 1-800-9-MARROW. You could ask for Greg, Leora, Barry, or Joel, and we would love to speak with you.
And don't forget, if you're listening to us, we still want to hear from you. Please call in, participate in our show. Call in at 1-888-565-1470. Again, that's 1-888-565-1470. And now we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Are you in the market for a health plan? If so, please visit my good friend Gary at Health Plans Unlimited. No plan is too big or too small. Gary will customize a plan that's affordable and comprehensive just for you. If you're interested, please visit Gary Goldman, the best in the biz, at www.healthplansunlimited.com. Again, that's www.healthplansunlimited.com. Or you can call Gary Goldman directly on his personal line at 954-303-6676. Again, that's 954-303-6676. And tell him that Gregg sent you directly from the Gift of Life. Health Plans Unlimited. We have the plan for you. Welcome back to the Gift of Life with Gregg, the show that talks about giving and receiving. I'm your co-host, Leora Lieberman, and I'm here with my host, Gregg Francis, and co-host, Barry Kaplan. If you'd like to call into our show, we'd love to hear from you. Please call 888-565-1470. Again, that's 888-565-1470. And now, back to our show.
All right, we're back with the Gift of Life with Gregg. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us today. And Gregg, I heard that you have a little conniption going on.
Well, a conniption I don't know about. Barry, you know me. Leora know me. John, you know me. I'm an easygoing individual, but Barry, I have to get something off my chest, and this is unfortunately becoming a recurrent theme on this show. What I have to get off my chest is my 1-month saga of getting my cable and high-speed internet bundled.
Oh, gosh. So tell us what happened, Gregg.
Okay. There's a major cable provider that operates in South Florida.
Not using their names, of course.
Of course not using their names. But I got solicited to get my cable and my high-speed internet bundled. So on June 12th, a beautiful Saturday morning, they said that they would be at my house between, 8 and 10 a.m., a nice 2-hour window, they call it.
Okay.
Simple enough.
Simple enough. So I got a call at 9:55 that they were running, a little late, about a half an hour late. So they should be there about 10:25, no big deal. 10:25 turned into 1 o'clock, and I called them back. They did say that they were running late, that they would be there about 2. So now my 2-hour window turned into a 6-hour window, but that's okay. You know what? I was planning on just enjoying the day. I'm happy I didn't hold my breath, because as 5 o'clock came, they still didn't show up. So I called them back at 5, and they said, Mr. Francis, we missed your appointment. It was,
really?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a revelation to me, but they missed our appointment. So they did say, Mr. Francis, can we come back? I said we should be on a first name basis. Waiting 8 hours. We don't have to be so formal. They said, could we come back next week? And I said, you know what? I travel for my business, and I also, I'm taking my annual leave to visit my sons. Hey Nick, hey Pat, I had a great time in Ocean City. Had a wonderful time. So we set up the next appointment for July the 12th.
Okay, July the 12th, that's about a month.
A month, but again, it was my, I don't want to say whose fault it was, but I had to travel for work and I went on vacation. So July the 12th, I get a call at the windows from 8 to 10. I get a call that said that they're running a little bit late, so they should be there by about 10:30. Okay, 10:30, I figure at this point it's safe to get breakfast, maybe lunch and dinner for that matter too. But anyhow, to make a long story short, I left my house to get breakfast. I get down my block, and guess who's in my driveway?
Who's in your driveway, Gregg?
The cable provider, and the cable and high-speed internet. So, to make a long story short, the lovely gentleman comes in my house, and he said, Mr. Francis, I said, please call me Gregg. Please call me Gregg. And he said, so Gregg, how's your cable? I said that it's, I said the cable is fine. I said, do you want to watch it?
Well, we're gonna take a pause, because we got a call, and we're gonna take that call right now. Rashid, you're on the air. Rashid.
Hi, Rashid.
Hi, Rashid. Welcome to the Gift of Life with Gregg.
Gift of Life with Gregg, yes?
Hi, Rashid. How can I help you today?
I want to say I really enjoy your show, and I just have a question.
What's that question, Rashid?
So I had no idea. I'm from West Palm Beach. I had no idea that you are in Boca, and I think what you do is very great. I was just wondering what I can do to help.
I'll tell you what you can do, Rashi. There's a couple things you can do. You can visit our website, www.giftoflife.org, or call us in, 1-800-9-MARROW. Give us a call and ask for my friend Joel. And if you'd like to volunteer, please explore our website, give us a call, ask for your options in volunteering, or if you'd like to donate money or join the registry yourself, you can join the registry at our office.
Rashid, as I was saying, we're desperately trying to raise money for a little 6-year-old girl who desperately is in need of a bone marrow transplant, and one of the things we're really trying to stress is that the easiest way to get her to that transplant, the easiest way to save her life, is to fundraise money to process those kits. So if you could help us spread the word that that's our goal, and if you have anything to contribute, we'd be so grateful. If you could spread the word, we'd be grateful for that as well. And again, this little 6-year-old girl desperately needs our help. We were on the phone with her until late last night, so please, please, please help us spread that word, and that would be the greatest help in the world.
Again, call 1-800-9-MARROW or visit us at www.giftoflife.org. Rashid, thank you so much for your call.
Thank you. I just want to say I really enjoy your show, and Gregg and Barry, your arguments over Brazil was hilarious. I loved it.
Thanks, Rashid.
Thanks,
All right, let's
Rashid.
get back to this conundrum of the. Let's recap. It's been a month now. They're asking, can we see you July 12th, right?
July 12th. So again, I was going to go for breakfast and maybe an early lunch, catch a movie based on the prior week. So anyhow, I'm driving down my block to get breakfast, and I see in my rearview mirror this cable provider in my driveway. So I turn right around, and it is good customer service because they were there 2 hours early. So I invited the gentleman in, and he said, "How's your cable?" I said, "My cable is wonderful." He's like, "So why am I here?"
No.
No, he didn't know, but he knew that I had cable. Anyhow, so I told him that we needed bundling with high-speed internet, and he's like, "You're correct. You're correct, Greg." And he said, with bundling, we need your phone number. So he said, your phone number is 954 blank, 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 blank. And I said, no, my phone number is 954 blank, blank, blank. So we're going back and forth, and at this point we needed a sanity check. So I dialed the number that I believe I had for the last 10 years, and wouldn't you know, it rang. So he's like, so the tech in my house is laughing. He's like, you know what, I have the wrong number.
Oh, really?
Yeah, your number is right. So we get customer service on the phone, because he's a tech. We got his dispatcher on the phone, and we called up customer service. We get routed to the Philippines. No, it's okay. We get routed to the Philippines as customer service. Some people have customer service in other countries. So we give them my name, and he said, "Mr. Francis, you don't exist." So
What, he told you you did not exist?
yeah, and bear in mind there's cultural differences. He didn't say that you didn't exist in our database, in our registry. He said you don't exist.
I wonder how your mom feels about that.
No, Mom, I'm still here, don't worry. So anyway, we find out that I don't exist. The tech in my house is hysterically laughing. He's saying to the person in the Philippines, how could he not exist? I have a work order for his house. The guy in the Philippines is getting upset. He said, you don't exist. So we said, can we transfer you to somebody else? So I get transferred to Panama City. We're going all over the world, and 3 minutes later, we found out I exist, so I reincarnated. I was very, very happy about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I reincarnated. So what had happened is they found us out. So Barry, there was good news and bad news.
Well, Greg, what's the good news?
Well, the good news is that I exist. They found out that I existed in there.
Oh, gosh. All right, so what's the bad news?
The bad news is they weren't able to bundle me because they had the wrong phone number. So, being a good sport, I said, let's set it up again for the 19th.
Yeah, why not? Third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, third time's a charm always. So anyhow, I got a call that the gentleman was going to be there at 10:30, and at this point I don't know whether to go for breakfast or stay in the house, or quite frankly, what to do. So the gentleman is, again, 2 hours early, good customer service. And he comes in, he's like, Mr. Francis? I said, please call me Greg. He's like, I'm here to bundle you today. I'm like, oh, right, as Barry said, third time a charm. He's like, Mr. Francis, your modem is on the third floor, and I don't know what to do. Well, I said, I sure don't know what to do, so I'm relying on you. I said, I don't know at this point what to do. So we called up his supervisor, Ricardo, who said that he would be there in 15 minutes. Barry, I can't make this up. So 15 minutes turned into a half an hour, and the nice gentleman was from Haiti. We were listening, we were watching recaps of the prior night's Sports Center, and I was trying to explain to him baseball over Dr. Pepper. So an hour left, 2 hours left, 3 hours left, and the dispatcher or his supervisor never came.
Oh, gosh.
No, lovely afternoon, lovely person. So after the tech left to his next job, I got a call from this cable and high-speed internet provider, yeah. Sorry, Mr. Francis, I see you canceled your appointment.
Oh, no. Let's start over again.
So I did call them up, and I said, listen, I'm very easygoing, but you must work on your customer service. And I said, quite frankly, I'm not mad. I'm just amazed how you stay in business. But no, I didn't get my bundling. But one thing that I'm a stickler for, I'm an easygoing guy. I believe in customer service.
You know, I'm just going to get this out of the way because I have a little problem with this. The cable companies are ridiculous. It's a government-sponsored monopoly, people. It's a giant scam. It's another example of big business taking over your average Joe. You know, they offer you low-quality services at a premium, and their customer service is awful. I want to know if the cable execs have to deal with their awful customer service.
You know, guys, no one makes me laugh harder than Greg. I laugh harder at his stories than I laugh at anything else. But, you know, with all joking aside, with all laughs aside, we here at Gift of Life take customer service more seriously than anything else, because when it comes to us, our customer service is what saves lives. It's what makes the difference between someone finding a bone marrow match and them getting a second chance at life. So with us, customer service is so serious, and we take it so seriously. Yesterday, as I said a little bit before, I got a very serious call from a person who watched our show last week. They were inspired by our show that's, you know, raising money and getting out a really great cause, and it actually, the show's purpose actually hit home for them, because their little niece, who's 6 years old, is in desperate need for a transplant. As soon as we heard this, Greg and I were back and forth on the phone until many hours after midnight, and we were thinking, what can we do to help this little girl? What can we do to just save her life? And we were back and forth planning on, you know, a plan of action. We just really want to help her and help her family. It's our goal, first and foremost, to save people's lives, and here we can make a difference. Everyone in our audience who's listening right now, please, she needs our help, and we're going to show you how you can help. Next week, this little girl is going to be on our show, but until then, we need your help to find her a match. If you want to help her, if you want to save her life, please help us process kits by donating to our donor circle, the show, at www.giftoflife.org/DC/the show. Again, that's www.giftoflife.org/DC/the show, and please help us save this little girl's life.
Leora, I couldn't echo your sentiment enough. I know that we joke around about the customer service problem that I had with our with the cable and with the bundling, but this really hits home. Gift of Life customer service is second to none. It's the difference between saving a life and not saving a life. So for all of our listeners out there, if you want to help save this little girl, or any person in need for that matter, if you want to help anybody find a life-saving match, if you feel inspired by what we do, if you want to help give people the gift of life, and I'm going to go off for a second, if you're able, willing right now to listen to our show, to laugh, you have a gift that a lot of people don't have and you may take for granted. So if you want to help these people have the same advantages that you do, we invite you to please visit the show. It's easy enough. The show's donor circle at www.giftoflife.org/DC/the show. And again, if you don't have a computer or if you like doing things better on the telephone, please call us up at 1-800-9-MARROW. Again, that's 1-800-9-MARROW.
Well, Greg, that's incredible. I want to take a call right now. We have a call waiting. Wayne. Wayne, you're on the air. Wayne, welcome to Gift of Life with Greg.
Hi, Wayne.
Hello?
Hi, Wayne, we can hear you.
Oh, hello. This is Wayne. I'm calling from the West Coast over here.
Oh, great, great.
All right.
And I heard a lot about your the Gift of Life from my good friend, and I know the program. It does great. It does great. And I've also actually been listening to the program for about an hour. It sounds up. It's really good.
Thank you, Wayne.
I'd like to have a question, though. How can I donate?
Yeah, I'd love to tell you, Wayne. You can do two things. You can either visit our website at www.giftoflife.org or call us at 1-800-9-MARROW. 1-800-9-MARROW. Ask for my friend Joel.
Another way, Wayne, if you're more of a snail mail type of guy, you can mail us anything you want, anything that you can, at 800 Yamato Road, Suite 101 at Boca Raton, Florida, and just write in the attention line the show.
Okay. Quick question. What are the names of the three personalities here?
Well, the host is Greg. Myself, am named Barry Kaplan, and the lovely Leora Lieberman.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you all. Just have one thing to say.
What's that?
This guy Barry, he's a man.
Oh, thank you, Wayne. That's really nice of
you. You gotta
you.
listen to him. He knows his stuff, man. Anyway, I gotta go.
All right, Wayne. I'll let you go.
Okay.
Bye, Wayne.
All right. Thanks for your call, Wayne. So, we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about a couple things. I'm going to let Leora take it from here.
We are going to introduce a special guest on our show in a little bit. But until we do, I just want to reiterate just what I said over the phone earlier, that we are raising money for a little 6-year-old girl, and please, if you can, please go to www.giftoflife.org/DC/the show, and we're going to take a quick break really quickly, and we'll be right back. Throw It Better. ThrowItBetter.com. Do you need help with your bowling game? Are you taking the right 5-step approach? If you want to become a competitive bowler, even a recreational bowler that's considering joining a league, or a league bowler that's considering joining a tournament, you need to see Vince. He's going to show you how to throw it better. He'll get you the right equipment, he'll show you the right approach, and as a certified coach, he'll put you in the best position to succeed. If you're interested, please visit Vince at throwitbetter.com and tell him that Greg sent you. Again, that's throwitbetter.com. Brown & Brown Insurance. If you own a business and have the need for commercial insurance, I suggest you call Chris Moore of Brown & Brown Insurance in Fort Lauderdale. Chris has been in the commercial insurance business for over 30 years and can handle any company's need for property, general liability, workers' compensation, and automobile, just to name a few. Brown & Brown, being countrywide and the 5th largest agency in the country, gives Chris the tools he needs to meet all your insurance needs. So call Chris at 954-331-1420. Again, that's 954-331-1420. Welcome back to The Gift of Life with Greg, the show that talks about giving and receiving. I'm your co-host, Leora Lieberman, and I'm here with my host, Gregg Francis, and co-host, Barry Kaplan. If you'd like to call into our show, we'd love to hear from you. Please call 888-565-1470. Again, that's 888-565-1470. And now, back to our show.
Alrighty, so welcome back to Gift of Life with Greg. And for me, this is a privilege and an honor to welcome our special guest this week. Shall I say my dear friend, John Engler. And let's welcome the great John Engler to our show. So, Jumpin' John, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Greg. It's great to be here with you, Barry, and Leora today.
Alrighty, so as we kid around, Jumpin' John Engler here is a special staff member of ours here at the Gift of Life. So let's tell the audience a little bit, John, about how we met you.
So the way I actually got started with the organization was indirectly through my wife, Elena. She actually set the direct stage for my involvement with the Gift of Life family. She was actually employed with Gift of Life about 2 years ago, and I actually had the opportunity to volunteer at the Gift of Life annual Boca Raton Walk held every February at the FAU campus.
Wow. So, John, I know that Elena set the stage for you, but I don't know if you know that we called her to join you today. So if we could have her just come on in the door for a second.
I had no idea she was going to be here.
Hi, Elena.
Hi, Elena.
Hi.
How are you? Say hi to our listening audience.
Hi, everyone. It's so good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, the pleasure's ours. You're always part of the Gift of Life family.
Thank you.
I don't know if the ladies and gentlemen in our audience, if they lived in the South Florida area, but 2 years ago, and 3 years ago for that matter, at our annual Boca Raton Walk, it was the coldest day of the year in Florida. And with the wind chill factor, it was about 27 degrees. Now, for my friends that are listening in Canada and the Midwest and Northwest, they're not going to say boo-hoo. I mean, that might be a warm day in the winter. But when it's usually 70 degrees, 37 degrees is quite chilly. So John and I, for some reason that we still talk about, we're both wearing shorts, and we were freezing out there. It was freezing cold. As I mentioned, the wind chill was in the 20s. And John just kept asking, is there anything I could do? Is there anything I could do? Is there anything I could do to help? And it's like, what can't this guy do? He was carrying he was carrying cables, carrying pounds and pounds of tables that were over 100 pounds each, 100 yards. Him and I were carrying them together, and I'd say that he carried 80 pounds worth and I carried about 20 pounds worth. But I wanted to say that I tried to help you out with that. But nonetheless, he was doing anything he could to help us out. So never complained.
Thanks, Greg.
No, I should be thanking you. You saved my back that day. So that's how John and I met, and today, 2 years later, 3 promotions later, he's here with us at the Gift of Life, and we're happy to have him as part of our family. So, John, I know this a little bit better than our listening audience and probably some of our peers at work, but you had a little bit of let's say, an unconventional childhood, didn't you?
I did. I actually had a very interesting and unique upbringing. I was adopted when I was 3 years old. I spent from the time I was from 2 to 3 in foster care. I was adopted when I was 3, and even more so, I was actually homeschooled from 1st grade through 11th grade.
Wow. You know something? I hear about homeschooling more and more. I've never experienced it. I don't know what it's like, but I guess the first question that comes to mind, were you able to interact with other children? Were you able to play ball? And the reason why I say play ball is when you and I throw the football around, I have to punt it because you could throw it 70 yards flat-footed.
Well, I actually did have a little involvement playing sports. It was actually, being homeschooled was a very unique experience. I spent a lot of time at the local YMCA, did some things around town, and participated in some homeschool groups. Even more so, I think many years of my life actually involved reading fictional material, and I guess I was going to say strangely, but not even strangely enough, I think my major sphere of influence was actually the neighborhood kids.
Oh, so that's how you got to sling a football 70 yards. So after the 11th grade, I guess you went to a typical high school.
I did go to a typical high school for my senior year. It was actually a great experience. I was able to interact with people my own age, and it was really the first time in my life I was able to build meaningful relationships.
So, John, let me ask you, you finally went to school in 12th grade. You weren't homeschooled any longer. You went to, I guess, what we would call a traditional high school?
Correct. It was a public school.
It was a public school. So, question that I have for you, that other people don't know, you scored very, very high on the Wonderlic test, which leads into football because that's what they take for going into the NFL. Were you the starting quarterback?
I wish that I was given that opportunity. If I would have played sports in high school, I'm sure I would have been the starting quarterback. Even more so if I had the opportunity to play sports in high school, I'd probably be playing on a professional team right now.
I don't doubt that right now with your 6'2" frame. So, all in all, John, for our listening audience, to recap, and again, this is the Gift of Life with Gregg, 1-888-565-1470. Again, this is the Gift of Life with Gregg, 1-888-565-1470, and we're with our very special guest, John Engler. So, John, to recap, you're adopted at age 3, you're homeschooled until 11th grade. What did you take from, by most circumstances, an unconventional upbringing? What did your childhood teach you? I guess what I always ask people when they go on interviews, what was the biggest takeaway that you've had?
Through my upbringing, it really taught me to be independent. It really taught me to be self-sufficient, and all in all, it really taught me to pay it forward, to also rely on myself. And I, realized that if I wanted to develop intellectually and take life into my own hands, I could really only rely on myself for this. I had to be my own advocate, but fortunately, during my teen years, I really met an amazing family who really endorsed me and believed in me and gave me the opportunity to learn the real concept of paying it forward, thus really giving me the gift of life.
John, that's incredible. I mean, you don't know with the, stability, lack of stability, but you're one of the most positive people that I've ever met. You learn to pay it forward. You come into work every day with a positive attitude. What could I do? What could I do better? How can we save lives? So again, during 12th grade, what was your thought about what are you going to do when you graduate?
That's a great question, Greg. So once I started my senior year of high school, I actually decided to join the military. I had a part-time job, and I knew, with the amount of money that I was actually earning, I wasn't going to be able to put myself through college and further my education. And at that time, I really wasn't knowledgeable about, FAFSA or financial aid or student loans. So one day at school, my 12th grade of high school, I met a recruiter for the Marine Corps, and I decided to join the Marine Reserves. I did a little time of active duty in California, and then got stationed back in my hometown, Chicago.
Great city, wonderful city, and if I could give a plug to my alma mater, Northwestern University in Evanston, phenomenal. But let me ask you, John, what was the biggest takeaway from the military?
For me, joining the Marines was really about getting my head on straight, learning discipline, learning things that I essentially lacked. And as I was giving back to my country, I really learned to pay it forward through honor, courage, and commitment, really the foundation of the United States Marine Corps. And it really allowed me to understand the concept of giving back to our community.
So as a civilian, please take this with the utmost respect. Semper Fi.
Hoorah.
All right. So on behalf of our show and on behalf of our listeners and on behalf of the Gift of Life family that's listening to us at 800 Yamato Road, we're so proud to call John Engler a member of our family. He put himself out there today by serving in the Marines. He gave us the freedom to speak very much on this show, Barry Leora. And John, I want to give you a sincere thank you from the Gift of Life family. To me, you're a hero. He had the experience, and you sure have character. And when John came to me after that GOL walk inquiring about a job, to me he's the perfect hire. He's selfless, he believes in saving lives, and it's really not what could I do for myself, but what could I do for others. And John, I hope that I'm not going to embarrass you here, but it's something that stayed with me since you came on board. You said to me, Greg, if you expect 100%, I'm going to give you 200%. And you ended up giving me 400%, although your wife gave you a run for the money, but you made more calls than anybody else had per day in Gift of Life history. I say this without reservation. I say this without hesitation. You are a hero, and I'm really a richer person for getting to know you.
Thank you so much, Greg. I really appreciate that.
And I couldn't agree more. When I first came to Gift of Life this summer, John was so welcoming. He showed me the ropes, and I'm so thankful for everything he did. So tell us a little bit about your new job. Congratulations on your promotion. We're so excited for you. And what does the new job entail?
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to actually go into my current position, which is a day of collection coordinator. What I get to do is travel around to the collection centers and actually meet with donors on the day of their collection. The donors are the ones who are actually donating stem cell and bone marrow to potentially save somebody's lives, and I really, really couldn't stress this enough. They are the true heroes, not myself.
I always thought that, John, you're too modest with that. So again, I wanted to bring up the show for people in our listening audience. If you feel compelled to what we're doing, as Leora said, we're actively searching to save a 6-year-old little girl's life, but we're actively searching to try to help anybody that has blood cancer at any time.
So, Greg, once again, the real heroes of the Gift of Life are the ones that, are actually donating the stem cell and bone marrow. It's our listening audience, the ones who contribute to help save lives, and the people, like I said, that contribute to get the swab kits tested. So that's why today I'm deciding to make one of the first donations to the show. That's how I'm actually going to pay it forward. And I also wanted to personally thank my wife, my in-laws, my best friend Jeremy and his family, the Shareers, my personal friend and mentor, the CFO of Gift of Life, Greg, also Jay, Arlene, and Jack Feinberg, all the staff members, donors, and contributors. Thank you for being the true heroes, and thank you all for giving me the gift of life. We spent enough time talking about me today, but what I really wanted to do is to make that first contribution of $60. It's something my wife and I spoke about, and I really think it's going to go towards a good cause.
Well,
John,
you want to know
you.
something? I'm putting this on the camera. This is 20, 40, 60. Let's make this money. Let's make this money save somebody's life. Thank you both, John and Elena. So, I'm going to take a quick break right now, and then we get back. We're gonna wrap up our show.
We want to extend a special thanks to our friends at the Boca West Foundation for all the wonderful work they do for Gift of Life and for all the meaningful service they give to the Boca Raton community. For over 3 years, the Boca West Foundation has generously supported local charities in the Boca Raton area. The Boca West Foundation. It's all about the kids. Welcome back to the Gift of Life with Greg, the show that talks about giving and receiving. I'm your co-host, Leora Lieberman, and I'm here with my host, Gregg Francis, and co-host, Barry Kaplan. If you'd like to call into our show, we'd love to hear from you. Please call 888-565-1470. Again, that's 888-565-1470. And now, back to our show.
And we're back with the Gift of Life with Greg. My name's Barry Kaplan, and Greg, I think you got something over that break. Did you? I heard your phone go off. What was that?
Well, I apologize for my phone going off, but I actually just got a text from one of our board members, and I'm taken back. He was inspired by our story of the little girl earlier, and was inspired by John's heroic service to our country and company. And you know how we set up the donor circle to show? every dollar that is contributed between now and 3:59 next Tuesday will be matched dollar for dollar.
So that means, Greg, if I donate $60, that will test 2 kits?
Yes, and the board member wants to be kept in anonymity, but for a listening audience, anybody that makes a donation, a contribution to the show, it will be matched dollar for dollar. It's an incredible event, and it's for people like John that inspires people. It's like our Gift of Life family at Yamato Road that inspires everybody to work every day to help save lives.
And if you are interested in helping us, if you want to help us, I'll tell you how. You can do 2 things. You can visit our website at www.giftoflife.org. Again, that's www.giftoflife.org. Or you can call us at our offices in Boca Raton. The number is 1-800-9-MARROW. Again, that's 1-800-9-MARROW. Ask for my best friend Joel. He'd love to get your call.
Alrighty, so we're about to end the show this week, and next week we're going to meet that young girl that needs our help. But let's see if we could do something as the show family before next week to get her on the road to great health. Again, thank you, everybody. Thanks for all our audience, and God bless, and have a great week.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to The Gift of Life with Greg. I wanted to personally say thank you to everyone who participated in today's show. And I also wanted to let you know if that you're interested in what we do here at The Gift of Life, please call 1-800-9-MARROW. That's 1-800-9-MARROW. Or you can visit our website at www.giftoflife.org. Again, that's www.giftoflife.org. Even though we're wrapping up our show today, remember, you must always unwrap the gift of life.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of